Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a good week. Today I just wanted to make a video update with some commentary on changes that have been made in the Innovativemarine 50 Lagoon. So I'll get into it. First off, the dinos are pretty much gone. My nitrates, I've been keeping them at 8 parts per million, and my phosphates 0.08. I did go in kind of in detail what I did to combat them in one of my previous videos. One thing I did not mention was that I had been dumping a good bit of phytoplankton, specifically the tetra phytoplankton, every other day or so. I did start a small culture, and I cultured enough to pretty much fill the bottom half of my refrigerator, so I've got plenty of extra phyto. The culture's not set up now, but I'll talk about that another time. So Dino's pretty much gone. I do continue to turkey base my sand bed every couple days or so, and it looks so nice, honestly. I like having such a clean sand bed. What else did I do? I added more rocks to the scape. As you can see, I had a big rock sitting in the sump of my 210, and it had been in there for a good month or so. I took it out, chiseled it in two, and I came up with this rock wall scape, as you can see. And I don't know, I just always lean towards the rock walls. I think they look good, and it just gave me so much more surface area to place coral. And speaking of coral, I had so much in my 210 that was, I didn't really have any places for them in there, so they're kind of just sitting on the bottom. So I figured I'd move them back over here, and I think I'm at the point where I can let everything grow out, and I can kind of visualize how everything will be when they turn into big colonies, and I'm really excited for that. I also added a school of green chromies and 2 firetail gobies. I haven't seen much of the gobies. Every once in a while one will pop out, but whenever it sees me it goes back. And I think they're just kind of adjusting and hiding under the rocks. The green chromis, I was told by my local fish store, they do better in a school of 10. But I just wanted 5. I've seen other videos where people have, a few, and they got pretty big and look pretty healthy. We'll see how these do as time goes on. I really wanted to add more fish because I initially got the dinos because my nitrates bottomed out, and I think that was also due to the ChemiClean treatment. But I just want to make sure that I have enough nutrients for the coral coming from the fish. And I never do water changes because I'm so afraid of bottoming out my nutrients. So if it ever came down to it, I would prefer to do water changes and have more fish, and I get to enjoy them. I like seeing these green chromis swim around. I've had them in there for a good week or so, and they've all been doing really well. I was pretty afraid to add new fish with my bristle tooth Tang because I took her out of my 210 because she was a little aggressive towards any new addition in there. But to my surprise, she didn't really go after any of the new fish, and she's kind of been keeping to herself and just grazing on the rocks and everything. She's also, as she's maturing, I'm starting to see more color in her face, like orange dots and stripes on her sides. And I initially said I was going to get rid of her when she outgrew this tank, but seeing pictures of the adult whitetail bristletooths, I think I'm just gonna keep her. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I'm gonna keep her and put her back in the 210 whenever she gets too big for this tank. As for dosing on this tank, I'm still doing the Alpha Reef. I just bumped it up to 20 milliliters a day. I was at 15 milliliters, and I was keeping an alkalinity of 7.9. I think with adding all these new coral, I tested my alkalinity yesterday and it was 7.6. So I did bump my Alpha Reef dosing up to 20 mils, and I'll continue to keep checking my alkalinity with my Hana checker. On top of the Alpha Reef, I started dosing Red Sea Trace colors in my 210, all 4 parts, and I figured I might as well just dose them in here as well. So I've been doing 3 milliliters of each twice a week, and I hope to see some good coloration and more growth out of my coral in here. I think everything in here looks good so far. I didn't mention, but I haven't really tested my calcium and magnesium. I haven't really felt the need to, since Reef kind of doses all three of those major elements. And I kind of go off what my coral tell me. Like if my monopores seem faded, then, or my chalice, then I know my magnesium's running a little low. That's about it for updates on this tank. I'm pretty excited the direction it's going. When I took that acro rock out a few months ago, I was kind of, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't going to break the tank down because it's been up for almost 2 years at this point. Well, it's been up for over 2 years at this point, even though I upgraded to the 50 Lagoon from a Waterbox 20 in January. Everything's been running for 2 years, so taking it down wasn't an option. I was thinking about doing a frag tank, but I'm not really there yet either. I still have a lot of time before the frags in my 210 grow out. But anyways, that's it. I'll be sure to update down the road as more things happen. And like I said, I'm pretty excited for the direction of this tank. And if you want to see more, stay tuned. And I'll keep y'all updated. Y'all have a nice day.